Hello, all you beautiful Sim fans out there. It's Darth Femme again, attempting another speed build. I don't know why, because I feel like the first one was a disaster. And this second one is going to be a disaster because I had the bright idea to redo this apartment, to renovate it, but with a lot of restrictions. I decided to renovate it the way that I feel like is kind of realistic compared to a lot of the renovations out there on YouTube. In most apartments that you rent, you can't renovate the way you want to, the way that's done in most of these YouTube videos. So I had the bright idea to renovate this in a realistic way, meaning can't change the floors, can't change the walls, and can't change the wallpaper. What a bright idea. So I came up with this idea after I picked this hideous apartment. I don't know what I was thinking because these walls are just horrendous. And whoever designed this house, this apartment, must have been tripping on something because it's the furniture and everything. So I had a very difficult time with this, and it took me forever to do. But here we go. I mean, at first I kind of had an idea to do like really luxurious type renovation. And I was kind of thinking maybe like a financier guy worked or lived here. And for some reason, every time I build, it's like my hand kind of just takes over and I just like completely change what I originally had in mind. And I don't know if anyone else feels this way when they play, but their original plan turns into like a whole nother thing because you just get like in like the zone, I guess. And you just let the build and everything just take you where it may. So that's basically what happened here. And you could kind of see where it starts off like very clean kind of and like artsy, I guess. And then it just kind of changed. And you'll see when I get to the next wall that it changed into like something completely different. And then I went with the theme that it's a curator at a museum, and he travels the world and picks up all these really cool things and has them around his house. And he has clients that come over, and you'll see in the next room that I made like an office space where his clients could come and purchase things from him or auction things. I don't know. I had this whole idea in my head. So he lives in this apartment with his wife and teenage son. And yeah, that's kind of just where I went with it. Like, I don't even know. Once I got to this wall, it just changed my vision. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a museum curator. And this is how it happened. So I don't really know if I followed a specific theme to this apartment. It was really hard. I'm sure other people can do much better than I did. But I just feel like there's no specific type of interior design that I did. I think it's like a mixture of like modern and I don't know. I don't even know. But anyway, I do like how The Office came out though. I thought it was pretty office-y, if that makes sense. I mean, this whole thing was just a terrible idea. And I wish I had a bigger following because I think it would be kind of like a fun challenge to see what other people come up with this apartment, leaving everything as is like I did, and then just figuring out from there what they can do with it. It's a lot harder than it looks. Well, at least for me it is. I'm sure other people can do an amazing job. But yeah, like I said, I wish I had a lot more subscribers so they can do this challenge. I just made this challenge. This is a challenge now. So to my very few subscribers, if you want to do this, put it in the gallery so I can see it, and leave a message or comment below, and I'll check it out, because I'm really interested to see what kind of ideas everyone else had. It's really hard to like pair anything with these orange walls. At least I don't know. Oh gosh, they're just, I like color. I do. But I mean, with this floor, no. Anyway, so yeah. I imagine the curator sitting here at his desk, and he'd have clients come in, sit right there in front of him, and they talk about, his findings and maybe what they have, and him telling them what it's worth, or, like how auctioneers do it, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what a curator does exactly, but I know they work in museums and they talk about the stuff in the museum. At least I think that's what they do. Anyway, so when I started doing this room, I was kind of like going through like a traditional look, but I figured like he needed like a professional space to meet with his clients. That's why I kind of didn't carry it through the rest of the apartment. Plus, carrying it through the rest of the apartment, I think would have been really difficult with the other color walls. And you'll see, I mean, you saw in the beginning how disgusting this apartment was. It's just mind-blowing. I just, what were they thinking at what were the creators thinking when they made that apartment? Like, who made that? Like, I want to sit down with the guy. Like, I know they don't put much thought into these, because a lot of the apartments are not very nice. I mean, even a lot of the houses, like, some of them are really nice on the outside, but the interior decorating, man, is just really not good. So, I mean, they should really hire big YouTubers to do the interior decorating. But I guess they figure people are going to go in and do what they want with it, so why decorate it to the extreme? But I would say this apartment was pretty extreme as far as everything goes. Anyway, so I wanted to add, the bookcase and the comfy leather couch, so, he could sit and read a book and, have some coffee and, chat with, his clients. And I wanted to add another couch in here, but I felt like it was too crammed, and then you couldn't get into the desk, and I just had so many issues with this build, and I feel like, once again, because it's a speed build, I couldn't be as creative as I wanted to. And now this video is like 30 minutes long, and it's like, who's gonna watch a 30-minute video, and who's gonna listen to me talk for 30 minutes? I don't want to listen to me talk for 30 minutes, but here we are, and this is what's happening. So I didn't want to clutter it up too much because it is his workspace, but I added some books because, curators probably have lots of books, and once again, as you can see, I bounce around, but I think I did a lot better this time. I stayed in one room. I didn't bounce around to different rooms. I just took it room by room by room, and I think it was a little better this time, because the last speed build was just a complete disaster, and I don't blame anyone for not wanting to subscribe to my channel because of that. They probably see that and they're like, this girl is terrible. Why would I want to follow her? So anyway, so now we've made it to the teenage boys room. At first, I was going to make it a kid, as you can see with that rug. And I was like, you know what? No, I feel like I want to do a teenage room. I haven't really done many like family houses. I've done just the one, which is the mid-century home. I did a little girl's room. So I kind of, in my mind, thought that the son is kind of like a computer nerd, or like really into like Oh, I don't even know what it's called. I'm blanking again. Geology? Archaeology? Yes, archaeology. And is kind of like his dad. Like, shares the same interests, but a lot more into, like, computer technology. And I had to make him a computer nerd because who doesn't love a good computer nerd? I'm a computer nerd, and I'm proud to be a computer nerd. So, yeah, I like this little area. It took me a while to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with it, but I thought that little console looked strange there, so I put the other cabinets in, and then I lowered the mirrors, so I thought that kind of made it look a little neater and tidier. And of course, my usual tissue box, because I add tissue boxes with every build and every room. I'm always putting a tissue box. I don't know, it's because it's good clutter. I think you need tissues. I mean, I have a tissue in every room, so yeah, okay, so I feel like sometimes because I don't use custom content, I run out of things to clutter. Like, I always clutter with the same stuff. But I do love these boxes. I'm always putting these boxes out because I just think I have, like, at least 3 of those boxes that I put pictures in, or, like, memories. So, or, like, you could put, like sneakers in them, I guess, or, yeah, they're good for storage. So, oh, yeah, here's my favorite part. I made a little 3-monitor gaming area for him. That's my dream, to have 3 monitors. I have one very large monitor because I have my computer hooked up to a TV, and I think this TV is like 54 inches. I don't know. It's a little big, but I feel like once I go down to a smaller screen, it's going to be really small and weird. But yeah, I realized I couldn't put 3 computers on the desk. I didn't even know that. It doesn't let you. So I shrank down the TVs to make them look like computer screens, and, you know, there it is. So, I mean, this puke green wall was very difficult, but for a teenage room, I thought it was okay. And actually, I was kind of pleased with the bathroom, I guess. I feel like every time I do a bathroom, I always want to add a bath and a shower because I love taking baths, and when I don't want to take a bath, I take a shower, and it's quick. So most of the time I can't fit both, but I was able to squeeze it in by using the, like that shower head that you could just attach to the wall. And I'm always trying to figure out different ways on how to, like, separate that from the rest of the room. I think I did an okay job with that. I was trying to figure out, like, I was trying to, put, like, a window, but I couldn't, turn the window. I don't know why, but I was having difficulties with that. So I just did that, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like the grungy window thing. I think it's for university or something. But it looks kind of pretty. It doesn't really look that grungy. Yeah, but I'm kind of pleased. I feel like the bathroom is one of the normal looking rooms in this apartment. I mean, the walls are not bad. The floor doesn't really match, but it is what it is. But I do like the little partition with the shower. I feel like I've seen a lot of bathrooms like that where they have the tub and like a glass partition separating the shower and the tub. And I really like that look. So I tried to keep it pretty clean in here. Nothing too crazy. And then I was trying to figure out how to fill... God, yeah. Gotta delete all that stuff. I was looking to figure out what I was gonna do with this wall. Then I figured I might as well just put a dining table there for the family to eat at. And I wasn't too concerned because there's only 3 of them. So I thought it was a cute little spot to put it, I guess. That was it was unused space. So why not fill it up with something useful? I mean, there is a lot of space in the living room. I probably could have put it in there, but so the kitchen, I wanted to keep the appliances in the same spot because I think of it this way, like when you're in an apartment, you have all the connections in the wall already, so you can't kind of, like, realistically, you can't really switch things up. I mean, I guess you could, but you have to bring someone in to probably do that, and it's just a hassle. It's just easier to stick a new appliance in a spot where like the wires and everything's connected. So I just kind of thought of it that way, and that's why I placed everything in the same spot. I really love these glow wall thing. I don't know what they're called. Wall decal? No. Lights? Yeah. From Spa Day. Because I was trying to figure out a way to break up these walls, like the color on these walls, and it kind of helped a little bit. I think it added like a little bit of a modern look to it. And I don't know why I decided to turn the cabinets around. I just like, I had such complications with this one cabinet. It would not go in the spot that I wanted it to go. I was trying for literally like 10 minutes. Thank God this is on speed, because it was just, gosh. So, I don't know why I wanted to flip them around. I think it just looked kind of cool flipped around. Obviously, they're not useful, but, I mean, the Sims can't really open them anyway. But, yeah, I was mad about this partition. I really hate this partition, but like I said, I didn't want to change any walls or anything. I wanted to leave everything pretty much the same. Because, you know, I feel like when you're a tenant and you're living in an apartment, the landlord is always like, don't paint the walls. Or, like, if you paint them, you have to paint them back. Or, you know, there's always, like, some crazy restrictions when you live in an apartment and you rent. So, that's just kind of what I had in mind. But, I used a couple of the debug things here just to clutter up the counter. I really love the debug glasses because I feel like you can fill up the shelves. And they look kind of nice sitting out there. I really wanted to add a island in between that wall, but like I said, I wasn't gonna remove that wall. Okay, here's the worst room. This wall, this wall color is absolutely horrifying. If it's not a kid's room, or like a playroom or something funky, it should not be in a room. At least for me, I don't know. I don't do well with color. And for the parents' room, gosh, what a disaster. I was trying to find a way to get like a bed to look good with this wall, and it was just nearly impossible to do. I changed the bed 1,000 times, and I would look at it and I was like, ugh. And I wanted to figure out a way to cover these walls without it looking like crazy. I mean, the way I did it, just I'm not like 100% happy with it, but I mean, it is what it is. So I do like that Spa Day. I guess it's like not a counter, but shelving unit type thing. I use it for a lot of things. It's fun. So I just resized it and then put it behind the bed. So I figured they can use it as like a nightstand. And sometimes when you resize things, though, things snap into weird places because they're snapping to the original size place. So it just got kind of frustrating. That's why I put the lamps there behind the bed, just so they would stop snapping, and then I remove them later. But of course I want to add some more books. You know, he's a book guy and his wife's a book girl, and obviously some plants because they're big into plants. And I just don't think anything could save this room. I really, really want to see what other people could do with this, and I'm sure they could do amazing things with it because I was just at a loss. I just could not. I couldn't figure this out. And that bed comforter. I had to change it because it was just too green, like the walls. So yeah, here's me trying to figure out like how I can cover these walls up. And originally I was going to put the, those like ruin type things up and saying like, oh yeah, he found them when he was traveling and whatever. But I thought it was like too much. So I just added these squares. It really looks just nauseating. Nothing could fix this room, but I tried as best I could to just cover it all up because I just wanted to puke. Like, it's the color of when you want to puke, or your boogers. Yeah. But I don't know what else you could possibly do with this room. Oh gosh, I don't know. Can I just gain like 100,000 subscribers overnight so I can just put this out there and everyone could do this challenge? Because I just really want to see what everyone does. Maybe I should leave a comment on the other YouTuber's channel and link my beautiful build here and then see if it catches on. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, gosh, I was just trying to figure out, like I said, I'm at a loss for words. This is just nauseating. This is just the worst thing I've ever put together. You know, like sometimes when I'm watching Little Simsy and she's like really hard on herself and she's like, she just cracks me up, and I just feel like her right now because I'm like, I'm sorry guys, like like you feel bad for your Sims having to live in this horrific room. Oh gosh, I don't know what else I could have done. I guess I could have made it more modern now that I'm looking at it, but it's too late. This is what I did. I can't beat that hard on myself anymore. I just beat myself up all the time over these builds, and I know it's just going to take practice because, you know, it's funny. Earlier today, I was looking back at the oldest videos from some of the creators. I was looking back at Miss Griffey's and back when she like first started doing builds, and her builds are so different now. She has come so far, and I hope I'm going to be on that level in like a year or so. I mean, I definitely have gotten better, but can this ever be good though? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it can. But yeah, I love doing the sectional couches. I really wish there were sectionals in The Sims. I don't get why they're not putting sectionals in the game. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's a lot of things that they need in the game, obviously. Sectionals, spiral staircases, they need ladders, bunk beds. Like, why haven't they added that stuff? I mean, they had spiral staircases, I think it was Sims 3, right? I mean, if it's in Sims 3, why can't they put it in Sims 4? Like, it just baffles my mind. I don't know I mean, maybe they're just waiting until Sims 5, or they're going to put it in a pack and want us to spend more money, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. So yeah, this little unit here kept going through the wall. I kind of had struggled with this too, because I really didn't know how I wanted it to look, and it was just ugly. You know, I was trying to get creative, but by the time I got to the living room, I was so burnt out from this build because I was just beyond frustrated and trying to make it look good. And I feel like there was nothing I could do to make it look good. Maybe there is, but I just didn't have the patience to do that, or the brain power, because it's 1:30 in the morning and I'm doing this. So, yeah, I just like could not get it together when it came to the end here. So I was just kind of putting things together and just hoping for the best. It's all right. Yeah. So, yeah, this just doesn't even go. I don't even know why I put this here, because that stupid window, it's hideous. But I tried to make things look cohesive, but it obviously doesn't. Like, one room is orange, the other room is green, one room is modern, the other room is, like, industrial. It's just every kind of look you could go for in this apartment. But I really tried. So I kind of was just filling space at this point with plants because, like I said, I was over it and I didn't know what else to put. I was thinking a chess table, but I was like, ugh, just they could sit there at the window, which is kind of nice. And I don't think these space pictures go at all with the decor or what I was going for, but I mean, does it really matter at this point? I don't think it does, because nothing will save this build at all. But yeah, at this point, I think it's winding down. And I was just trying to clutter up what I could and just get it over with. That's basically how I felt when I got to this point. I just wanted to get it over with because I think I just felt so defeated doing this build. I don't know why. I don't know why I had such a hard time. I wonder if anyone else would. You know what? I'm going to start putting it out there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it on every single video I could possibly find and hoping it will catch on. And yeah. So, oh gosh, it's the floors and the walls. So, all right. Yeah, this is basically what I have. Thanks for watching. I don't know if I'll do another speed build. We'll see. Yeah, until next time, thanks so much. Like and subscribe if you want to watch more nauseating builds. Bye, guys.